Gemini, what's happening, what's great, lagging, and what's poppin', baby? It's your boy for CancerMoonsTarot coming at you guys with your November 15th through the 30th love tarot reading. I hope you guys are well. If so, let me know down in the comments down below. Keep in mind this reading is general. If it resonates, that's awesome. If not, it's not your message. Feel free to check out any other amazing tarot readers that we got here on YouTube, okay? These messages may resonate backwards or vice versa, so take it how it resonates if it applies to your particular situation. If you guys would like, you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter, which is all linked down in the description box down below. And you guys can also check out my sister and her boyfriend's YouTube channel. First link in the description if you guys want to take a look into my family's life. Nonetheless, let's go ahead and see what's cracking lacking for the Gemini, baby. Whew! Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs throughout November 15th through the 30th. Welcome to Sagittarian season, my friends. I do want to apologize, by the way, for being late on these readings. I got back from vacation, had a whole huge workload, and now we're here, so I'm sorry for the delay, guys. All right? Messages for Gemini, though. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs throughout November 15th through the 30th. We're in Sagittarius season. Man, Scorpio season was rough. We also had that retrograde, but I feel something good moving into Saggy season. Energy between you and another person, Three of Pentacles, putting in that work, baby. Some of you guys might be all about your coin right now, really focusing on establishing your finances and your career path. If so, very good for you. You also may be very innovative during this time. It's almost like Uranus is in Taurus. It's probably not right now, but just it's almost like that kind of vibe. Because usually when Uranus is in Taurus, there is this vibe of innovation, right? And wanting to innovate and create new things and cultivate. And I feel with this Three of Pentacles, some of you guys may be feeling like, oh my God, like, I'm just coming up with really great stuff. It's like a big sacral activation. So for some of you guys here, you just may notice that you're a lot more crafty or you're a lot more productive during this period is the energy that I'm looking at, okay? Now, we have a Moon card here, a King of Swords, and then we have a Temperance card as for the outcome. So let's definitely talk about it. So there's still going to be a lot of emotions here that you're dealing with, and I feel like you're dealing with a person whose words can very much so cut like a knife. But I think that this is the healing you absolutely need right now. You're picking up the pieces with this Three of Pentacles is what I'm seeing so far. Because King of Swords can be a Gemini, Libra, Aquarian. The King of Swords can be a father-like figure for some. So you might have a father who has really been very hard on you. Okay? For some, you may be a college student and you have a parent who's very hard on you. But I do see that whoever this is you're dealing with, their words are very much so hurtful. They can cut like a knife, and they can bring out a lot of emotions in you. They can upset you, but this is the healing phase that you're starting. Temperance, Sagittarian energy, right? And of course, as we're moving into Sagittarius season, I think this is going to be a very healing season for you. I definitely see this transformation of you, Gemini, in regards to stop caring, or you're going to stop caring about what people say to you or how people treat you. Because you're recognizing how worthy and how deserving of love you are and how you should be treated. You're no longer taking up crap or taking the BS that people toss out and give to you. You're really jumping into the space of, I'm going to heal myself and protect myself and stop giving a flying fuck. I'm focusing on picking up the pieces. If you got something to say, we'll say it away. Period. Alright? I like that. I really do. Let's go ahead and see what's happening here. Clarifying the King of Swords for Gemini. Why is this person the King of Swords that Gemini is dealing with? Okay? You got a Page of Pentacles. Okay? This could be a friend. Could be a family friend, or just somebody you're dealing with, right? Could even be the romantic part or father, etc. But either way, Page of Pentacles clarifying the King of Swords. Whoever this is you're dealing with, Gemini, I'm picking up with a vibe that their mood can kind of go back and forth. So they can be very giving, they can be very loving, but they can also be extremely fucking cold. So you're dealing with somebody who's kind of, what's the word that I'm looking for? They're not a ticking time bomb. They're just the type of person who you can't expect what you're going to get, right? It's almost like an unexpected kind of personality is what I'm seeing here. Now, what I'm going to do here, Gemini, is I'm going to go over the person you're dealing with. I'm going to take a look at their feelings, then I'll take a look at your feelings. We'll see where energies are aligning, and then the second half during this month, okay? Now, in regards to who Gemini is dealing with, let's take a look here. Messages for Gemini. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. How does the person that Gemini is dealing with feel towards them, please? Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs throughout November 15th through the 30th. How does the person that Gemini is dealing with feel towards Gemini? Okay? You have a King of Cups, you have a Nine of Swords, you have a Death card, a Six of Cups, a Ten of Wands, you have a Strength card, and then a Page of Cups. Wow, this is not really good vibes, what I'm picking up on. I feel like the person you're dealing with, excuse me, is the kind of individual who tries to say that they're looking out for you. This is the kind of person that tries to say that they're looking out for you, but in secret they're embarrassed or burdened of you. For some Gemini, you may feel like you're being kept hidden. Let's just say, for example, if you're dealing with a person, they don't seem to be that outgoing with you, right? So for some of you Geminis, you may feel like this person's keeping you hidden, keeping you in the dark, around their family or around their friends. It almost like feels like you feel like you're being kept a secret. And on top of it, you're dealing with this person's different personalities, whether they're nice or mean to you. So that's kind of what I'm picking up here. But King of Cups, Nine of Swords, Death card. Like I was talking about, their energy really does fluctuate. Sometimes the person you're dealing with can give you the most love in the entire world. They can be super affectionate and super compassionate for you. But other times, they can literally get to a point where it's almost as if they're not even active in your life, right? Death card to the Nine of Swords. It can get to the point where it's almost like you don't even exist and they can care less, okay? And moving on to these other energies over here, Ten of Wands, that's where kind of the secret energy or the burden energy came from. Because I feel like for some here, Gemini, that this person worries about bringing you around other people, therefore they keep you in the dark. So this individual might keep you in the dark from friends or family, etc., okay? And over here, you also have a High Priestess to a Six of Pentacles, or Six of Cups. So whoever this is you're dealing with, I feel really strongly that they are the type of person that cannot accept you 110%. And maybe that's why they go off on you. Or maybe that's why they're mean to you. Because I feel like this person has some issues in regards to acceptance. There's something about you that they don't accept or aren't willing to accept. Alright? This very well likely could be a parent, but it could be a partnership too. What is it that this person can't accept about Gemini? You got, oh wow, a Magician card and the Devil card. Wow, this person's possessive. This is a very possessive energy, Gemini. You might be dealing with somebody who's incredibly jealous. The Magician card, the Devil card, they can't accept your beauty. It almost intimidates them. Whoever you're connecting with can tell that you're a very beautiful individual. This person's insecure, is what I'm picking up on. So Gemini, if you're in a relationship, this is the type of person that wants to read your texts. This is the type of person that doesn't want you hanging out with any guys or any girls or anyone of the opposite sex. This is the kind of person that keeps you in the dark because they're jealous of somebody else snatching you up. That's the vibe I'm picking up on. The Devil card to the Magician. This person's intimidated by your beauty. They're also intimidated to the point where they know or feel as if one day you're going to leave. And I think that's why they act out on you, almost to try to manipulate you to stay because they really don't want you to go. That's at least coming from their truth. So whoever this is you're connecting with, this is turning into a toxic connection already. Because this person has a lot of fears of you leaving and walking away, and in order to claim you or keep you around, they behave the way they behave, okay? Let me get a card real quick, sorry. Hold on, guys. But nonetheless, that's really not a good vibe to be all caught up in, and that's not a good situation to be caught up in. In regards to how Gemini feels towards this person, let's take a look here. Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus throughout November 15th through the 30th. How does Gemini feel towards the person they are dealing with? Okay, you have a Three of Wands, Nine of Pentacles, Queen of Wands, Seven of Swords, Two of Pentacles, Four of Swords, Two of Cups, Wheel of Fortune, and the Four of Wands. For a not necessarily a very long time, this connection might have been for a couple months, but for a decent amount of time, you really did want this, okay? This is the Four of Wands to the Two of Cups. You really did want a relationship with them, and I think you really did want to make it work, and I almost feel like you have been sitting around in this connection hoping for things to change. But I think that you're coming to this massive realization right now, Gemini, that you cannot change the person you're dealing with because they are going to continue to act the way they act until they realize that they're doing something wrong. You know, in the person you're dealing with's mind, they don't believe that they're doing something wrong. They don't really see the effect that they're having on you, and they don't see the effect of their actions that happens to you, right? So because the person you're dealing with doesn't see the effect they are causing on you, they believe they're doing nothing wrong. And right now, Seven of Swords, you can feel a bad vibe staying around here. Seven of Swords, you can feel the deceit. You can feel the restriction. You can feel this energy of this person claiming with that possessiveness. And it really turns you away. Four of Swords. And you're starting to be turned away. Because the thing is that there's not an issue with being claimed, but you don't want it to be claimed. You want commitment. There's a difference between being claimed and having commitment. And a commitment is when two people freely choose to be with one another and nobody else in a romantic aspect. But that's not what this is. I feel like this is a person who has a lot of possessiveness and jealousy and claims you in a way that restricts you from doing things you want to do in your day-to-day life, such as go catch coffee with a friend. You know, that's not a good vibe at all. Two of Pentacles, you've spent a lot of time judging and weighing in what you were going to do about this connection, and I think right now that's where you're finally getting to your breaking point, because you have to release the inner urge to be your own individual, okay? Nine of Pentacles to the Queen of Wands. It has been fighting, it's been wanting to come out, and it's going to come out. With the Queen of Wands over here to the Nine of Pentacles, you have been dying to release and be your own individual, because you are your own individual, Gemini. You're not owned by anybody. You're not somebody's property. And let alone, you're not somebody's doormat either. So you have been really wanting to just get out and be independent and be yourself. And because of the restriction this person has played on you, you're ready to do that all by yourself. And if you have to break away, and if you have to, you know, end this relationship or end this cycle just to get your independence, just to be your own person, you are going to do so. Nine of Pentacles here, all the way to the Queen of Wands. And with that Wheel of Fortune, I think that's what's happening here. Aquarian, Taurus, Scorpio, or Leo energy, you are pushing this cycle out, i.e. pushing this person out, so that you can really live in your own power, live in your own truth. Plus, you don't like feeling powerless, you like being empowered. And I feel like this person didn't make you feel empowered at all, they almost made you feel less than. Okay, now also, considering that we just did end, or Mercury just did go direct 2 days ago on the 20th of November, this was something you needed to see. Now, what's so interesting about Scorpio season, granted we're in Sagittarian season now, but what's awesome about Scorpio season is it allows you to see all the things that are in the dark, because it just comes to the light. Scorpios have this amazing thing about them where the dark energy will just come to the light. So everything that's in the darkness comes out. And that's what was happening during this season. You know, this person's darker thoughts about you, this person's true intentions about you started to come out during this season. And on top of it as well, the realizations or maybe things that you have pushed off or kind of ignored started coming up again. You know, the red flags were appearing. And with these red flags, you made a scarf. You recognized, oh shit, I have so many red flags, I can knit myself a scarf. And when you put, when you put every piece together, you really came to this recognition right now of, fuck, I really need to redirect and center myself. I need to start picking up my pieces again. Three of Pentacles at the beginning of the reading. You gotta pick up your pieces. Because it feels like this person wanted it to be that you were so reliant on them, and that is not how it's gonna be. You really want to pop out and be yourself, and that's how it should be. You know, relationships should be two people that are complementing one another, respecting one another, and adding value to one another's lives. A relationship shouldn't be two halves completing each other, right? Because two halves don't make a whole. They make two halves, okay? In regards to where energies are aligning between you and this person, Gemini, let's take a look here. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs throughout November 15th through the 30th. It is 12:22 p.m., 222. 222, usually, at least for me, there's a lot of different meanings of 222, but when I see 222, that recognizes stop, wait a minute, and look around at what's going on in your life, okay? It is the cue to pay attention. That is the angel number for me. So when you see the angel number 222, it is the cue to pay attention to how you're feeling and how others are making you feel, and you have to go with what feels right. So what's feeling definitely right here so far, Gemini, is being single at this point, so that you may, you know, be your own individual and feel less restricted. Now, in regards to where energies are aligning between you and this individual, let's take a look. Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs throughout November 15th through the 30th. Let's take a look. We got a King of Wands, we have a Knight of Pentacles, we have a Ten of Pentacles, we have a World card, and we have the Hangman card. Absolutely. You're refusing to stick, and you're refusing to be stuck, because over here, with this King of Wands to the Knight of Pentacles, you realize that it is time for you to actually look at yourself instead of looking at others. Now, a lot of people give Gemini such a bad rep, which I don't understand. I don't know if I've touched bases on this in the last reading we did, but some people give Geminis terrible reps. Like, Geminis are these cold-hearted, mean individuals. No, Geminis got a lot of love to give, and Geminis are great people, they're great communicators, and they're great lovers, hence why they are the Lovers card in Tarot. And with this King of Wands, you know, naturally a Gemini actually could be the type of person to give their heart away and really spoil the fuck out of a person, believe it or not. People can think Geminis are self-absorbed and self-centered, but that's far from the truth. Geminis actually are pretty giving. And I feel like you are just saying, I gotta give back, because you've been giving way too much to this person. So when you look at this King of Wands, what the King is staring at over here is the Ace of Wands. So you're looking at your own future and your own beginning, and Knight of Pentacles is like, it's time for me to stop. And what I mean by stop is to stop giving yourself and giving all your power and giving all your free will and all your energy away to this connection. 10 of Pentacles, okay, in the World card. You're ready to really end the cycle, run free and be abundant. And I see that's exactly what you're doing here. Not only is this cycle coming to a completion, but you're entering a new chapter into your life. And it's a new chapter of self-exploration, exploring this newfound freedom that has kind of been taken away from you for however long you were dealing with this person. And also, it's exploring yourself and really establishing a better bond with who you are. I do feel like when you end this cycle and come out of this connection, you're going to start bonding with your higher self more than you ever had. So you're really going to come into a new bond here with yourself because you're enlightened. Hangman card. You refuse to be stuck in the cycle. You're enlightened to what this was doing to you, how damaging this was, how toxic it was, and it's so great, and it always feels so amazing to be enlightened to certain situations in your life that are dragging you down, because then you found the problem, now you can execute a solution, you know? So it's always a good vibe there, all right? As for the overall outcome between you and this individual, let's take a look here. Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. What is the overall outcome between Gemini and this person at the end of November? Okay, we got a 2 of Wands, and you're choosing yourself. Absolutely, because it's your world. It's your world here, Gemini. It's your world here, and it's your future here. And no matter how many, or whatever it is you believe, right? I believe in reincarnation. But no matter how many lives you have, whether this is just one life or we have multitudes, right? All that you know of right now is this present moment, this present life. And you should enjoy it to the fullest, and you should recognize that it's your world. In your experience, it's your world, and you deserve to create amazing stuff in your own world. Period. So don't think about the effect on anybody else's world but yourself. Now, that doesn't mean be a selfish, crazy person, no. But in regards to doing what's best for you, you always should. Okay? Damn, baby. This is a good energy and a good ass vibe so far. As for where the energies are, not energies, excuse me. As for Gemini's best advice, let's take a look here real quick and see what's happening, okay? What is the best advice for Gemini here throughout their second half of November, please? Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What is the best advice that I could give Gemini that can help them on their new journey? Let's take a look. So we got a Justice card. Know that the situation is right and just. I did get a message that this person you're dealing with, when you do end this cycle with them, when you do officially walk away, they're going to try to manipulate you back into it. So please just be mindful at all times that what you are doing is right and just. If you are doing it for yourself, and if you are doing it for the safety of your energy, as well as living your life. Now we also have here the Emperor card. I think you need to speak up a lot more for yourself, Gemini. Sometimes you can be a little too quiet, and that really leaves leeway for people to take advantage of you. So please make sure you are stepping up and speaking up for yourself so that individuals are not taking advantage of you and hurting you. King of Pentacles, it's time to start recentering yourself, focusing on gratitude, things that you are grateful in your own life, as well as focusing on what's important, because where attention goes, energy flows. So make sure what you are putting your focus on is things that are purely positive so that your life may manifest into a glory of abundance and positivity, right? Where attention goes, energy flows. So when you are focused on the positive and the good and amazing stuff you have in your life, you shall acquire more. Give me one more card for Gemini, and the Tower card. Respect the moments in life that are tough, as they are rebuilding you and that they are making you stronger. Trust the universe at all costs. You may think that things that occur in your life are terrible in that current moment, but everything is a blessing in disguise, because the universe is always working for you. It is never working against you, and that is a big thing to always recognize and think about, because I promise you it is more true than you'd ever think. The universe is always working for you. It is never working against you. So with that Tower card energy being present, no matter what challenges or struggles that occur that you face in life moving forward on your newfound journey, realize that the universe will be working with you. So when things may possibly not go your way, realize that it was meant to turn out in an even better way, because the universe works for you. It does not work against you, and it only works against you if you perceive of it that way. Sometimes things don't work on your time, they work on divine timing, all right? So damn, Gemini, I'm happy that you guys are really breaking free from this kind of cycle, because this is not a good, energy to be in. It's a very controlling situation with a person who seems very dominating and wanting you to be very submissive to, what they want and their needs. And I don't like the whole idea of keeping somebody out in the dark, and it's just very intense and very toxic and not a good connection. And look, I will say, not trying to bash whoever you're dealing with, they may be a great person, but maybe they don't even recognize what they're doing, okay? But still, not an excuse here. I just think that this person needs to see how they were acting towards you, and they will. They will as you walk away. But you need that freedom. And everybody deserves that freedom in every relationship they're in. Doesn't matter if they're married, they still deserve that freedom. Now, obviously, if you're married or in a relationship, not the freedom to cheat, not the freedom to go do this, that, and the third unless it's permitted. Some people are actually down with poly something. All right, I can't remember it right now. Some people are fine polyamorous. Some people are fine with a polyamorous relationship. Okay, but if you're monogamous, then don't do all that crazy shit. Okay, but yeah, man, this is intense. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Hopefully it resonates. Now keep in mind too, these readings are timeless, so the energy is fluid. This could have resonated in the past. This could resonate today. Could resonate in a year or two from now. Even though this is from November 15th through the 30th, it may not hit this window. It may hit another window. So this might come to you when you actually need it. You might be a random person watching, and you might see this a year later and was like, oh shit, this really resonated. Then that's for you, okay? But nonetheless, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I'm really happy that you're going through your personal transformation right now. I'm really happy you're picking up the pieces too. And I feel like you almost kind of needed this connection to remind you of that individuality you crave. And I think you needed this connection to remind you that you really deserve a lot better. So I almost see you moving forward, treating yourself in a much more higher stature too. Okay? It looks good. All right, Gemini. Have a great one, guys. And I will catch you guys in December 2019. All right? Peace.